Thomas Rabbit was pottering round his garden looking at his vegetables. He bent down to have a closer look at his lettuces. But, oh dear, what did he see?
Oh, slugs again.
Yes, there were the slugs, babies, mothers and grandmothers, besides enormous fat great-grandmother slugs, all eating away at the juicy green leaves. Maria Rabbit came running up the long passage from their underground house, wiping the soap suds from her paws.
Oh, Thomas, you must set some traps, some slug traps, and catch them all.
So the two big rabbits twisted fine grasses and wove them into little boxes, rather like mouse traps, and put juicy radishes inside. Mr. Rabbit put the traps down on the ground all round the garden, and especially, of course, near the lettuces. Did those slugs walk into the traps? No, not one. They just laughed their slimy laugh and went on eating the juicy lettuces. Poor Maria Rabbit. She hopped back slowly and sadly to the house, with Thomas dejectedly following her.
Oh, dearie me, what shall we do? There'll be no lettuce left when little Tim comes home.
I know. I've got a good idea. I'll shoot those varmints.
Thomas!
I will. I'll shoot 'em. Where's my pop gun? Ah, here it is. Get my bag of peas, Maria, while I pull on my shooting boots. I'm off. Goodbye.
But you're only going into the garden, aren't you, Thomas?
Yes, but it's dangerous work shooting slugs. So give me a kiss.
Goodbye, Thomas. Be careful.
I will. Goodbye, Maria. Goodbye.
Thomas crept very carefully up to a big fat lettuce and fired his little gun. But did the slugs mind? No, not they. They laughed more than ever in their slimy way. And they ate up all the peas, and then they turned about and went on eating the lettuces. Maria peered cautiously round the corner and whispered,
Thomas, how are you getting on?
They didn't mind the pop gun at all.
Oh, dear. We shan't have any lettuces left when little Tim comes home.
Poor Thomas and Maria Rabbit. They hopped sadly down the long, long passage into the kitchen of their house. And then Maria had an idea.
I know. We must frighten them away. We'll play on squeaker grasses and terrify those slugs.
Thomas and Maria ran out into the meadow and picked long, broad grasses. They each held one grass tightly across their front teeth and blew hard. And then they crept very close to the lettuces and stooped down low and blew long, squeaking noises on their squeaker grass. The greedy slugs raised their heads to listen. They waved their fat bodies joyously and laughed their slimy laugh.
Here is sweet music at our feast. Here is sweet music while we eat.
And then they laughed again happily in their slimy way. And went on eating lettuce leaves. Poor Thomas and Maria crept away to a corner of the garden, quite out of breath, and sat down. Every now and again a slug would stop eating and laugh and say,
Here is sweet music at our feast. Here is sweet music while we eat.
Thomas and Maria sat for a long time listening to the nibble-nibble of the slugs eating the lettuce leaves.
Oh, it isn't any use, Maria. We shan't have a single lettuce left when little Tim comes home.
Thomas, shall we try to poison them?
That's a very good idea, Maria.
Maria made a delicious cake with icing on the top, but just before she popped it in the oven, she dropped in some dreadful poison from a poppy seed box. When it was baked, Thomas put it down on the ground close to the lettuce bed. Then he and Maria hid so they could see what happened. For the slugs began to smell the cake. Then they swarmed round, laughed their slimy laugh, and said,
Jolly good cake, jolly good brown cake, jolly good sugary brown cake.
and they wiped their mouths and turned back to the lettuce bed and went on eagerly eating lettuce leaves.
Oh, it's no good. My poison cake hasn't killed the slugs.
Let's drown them.
Yes, we could fill our lily leaf buckets with water and drown them that way, couldn't we?
So the two rabbits carried water from the pond and poured it right over the slugs. But the slugs just enjoyed the water.
Nice cold drink, nice cool shower, nice cold bath.
They drank the water and washed in the water, and they even had a little swim in the water. And then they laughed again in their slimy way and went back, hungrier than ever, to the lettuce bed.
Oh, there won't be even a nibble of lettuce when our little Tim comes home.
Suddenly a voice called out, and up rushed Tim, hopping and skipping and turning somersaults as he came towards his father and mother.
Hello, hello. I brought a friend's supper. Oh, but what's the matter?
The slugs are eating all the lettuce, Tim.
We tried to shoot them and to frighten them with squeaker grasses.
And to poison them and drown them, but they just go on eating the lettuces.
Oh, is that all? My friend Thrush has just been wondering if you'd have meat for supper, but I said we only had lettuces, didn't I, Thrush?
Yes, Tim. I think I can help you, if you'll allow me so. Just watch me.
He hopped to the lettuce bed and began to work. He gobbled up the slugs faster than you could count, baby slugs, mother slugs, grandmother and great-grandmother slugs, before they had time to take to their slimy heels. Maria and Thomas stood and watched in wonder at his huge appetite.
Ho, 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 ho. Come and have supper with us whenever you like, Mr. Thrush.
You'll always be welcome, Mr. Thrush.
Yes, indeed. And now let's pick our lettuces. Come on, Tim. All's well that ends.